So, did you succeed? Let's now build this together. And I am going to start by setting up a model in a models folder. In there, I'll add a new place.dart file in which I want to define my model, my blueprint for my place objects. For that, I'll create a new class named place. Of course, you can choose a different name, but for me here, place makes sense. And then here, as described in the previous lecture, every place should have an ID, and every place should also have a title. Now we also need a constructor, and I mentioned that the IDs should be auto-generated. Therefore here I will only add the title as a named parameter, but this will actually be required then. But for the ID, I'll instead use such an initializer list about which you learned earlier in the course, and I'll use an extra package for managing that ID. And the extra package I want to use will be the UUID library, which can be installed as described in their installation instructions. So here I'm going to run this command to add the library. And then it can be used as described in their README, which for me here means that in the end I want to create such a UUID object. And then we can call the v4 method to generate an ID that looks like this, that is totally random, as you can see. Alternatively, you could also use one of the other methods to, for example, create a time-based unique ID. But this is up to you. So here in this place model file, I'll import the UUID package, and then from there the UUID Dart file. And I'll create my new UUID variable or final variable here by instantiating UUID like this. And actually, since this is const, I can create a const data container instead of a final one. And I'll then use this to assign my ID to an initial value of UUID v4, like this. Then this can't be const anymore though, because now I'm deriving a value dynamically here, and that does not work with a const constructor. But this is now the finished place model.